hidden away was some very interesting and I think a megaton bit of news for Microsoft, and we're starting to see things really kind of tilt in Microsoft's favor. Not that I ever really had any doubts myself. I thought that this was something that honestly was going to happen sooner rather than later, just because of the fact that if you go by a lot of the things that Microsoft are saying and a lot of the things that people in the industry are saying, it makes all the sense in the world for this to kind of go in this direction. And I'm glad to see that happen. You know, Phil Spencer, I think, is righting the ship with Xbox, and I think fans are happier than ever with what they're able to do. Again, and I think that we'll probably see a lot more things like this and announcements like this in the future, so hopefully we continue to see the really good news. Like I said, I'm excited to see what happens with this. It should be a fun next, I think, couple of weeks and probably couple of months, to say the least. But yeah, I want to get into this right now. What's up, everybody? Crap Gamer here with Crap Gamer Reviews, back with another video. Thank you guys for checking it out. Please hit that like button. I'm looking to get 100 likes on each of the videos that I do. Would be fantastic. I know it is a very small goal indeed, but a goal that I'm looking to hit nonetheless, which would be pretty damn great if you think about it. So, like I said, I know it's not like some huge, amazing goal, but everybody has to start somewhere and start to do something, and that's pretty much what I'm trying to get to with this. So hopefully you guys can help me out. Now, we know that Sony is kind of reeling right now from the news that's going on with the Activision stuff. They really kind of did their best to draw this out and make it something that realistically, that they could really kind of get away with. They tried every trick in the book. They really kind of exposed themselves as that company that says, you got to do what we tell you to do, but we're going to do something totally else. And now we're starting to see things definitely tilt in Microsoft's favor. There was a couple week period there where everybody was like, "Oh, it's all over," it's all over, and that to me, everybody was kind of putting the nail in the coffin there for Microsoft. And now we're going to see just how kind of, because Sony, on one hand, like if you didn't know, Sony desperately doesn't want this information to get out, but we've known about it for a while. Sony pays to keep games off Game Pass. We knew that. But now we might see exactly how much they pay for that. Sony might be forced to detail its PlayStation exclusivity deals and how much it pays for blocking rights to keep games off Game Pass. The FTC has sued to try to block Microsoft's Activision Blizzard acquisition and kicked off a legal discovery process, with Microsoft sending subpoenas to Sony to force it to reveal records, internal documentation, and emails from the company's PlayStation unit. Now, they spotted the FTC's chief administration judge has now sided with Microsoft's request for details, which I covered in a different video, of PlayStation exclusivity deal, and the request covers deals made after January 1st, 2019, including fees or agreements that prevented publishers from placing games on Game Pass. The judge's decisions comes after Microsoft previously accused Sony of paying for blocking rights to stop developers from adding their content to Game Pass. Here's Microsoft's latest claims summarized. Microsoft argues that the complaint in this case makes a number of allegations regarding high-performance video game console developers' exclusivity arrangements with video game publishers. Microsoft states that it is aware that Sony Interactive Entertainment requires many third-party publishers to agree to exclusivity provisions, including preventing the publishers from putting their games on Xbox's multi-game subscription service, and that understanding the full extent of Sony Interactive Entertainment's exclusivity arrangements and their effect on industry competitiveness will assist in its defense, which obviously makes perfect sense, right? Sony is sitting there saying, we can't survive if you get exclusivity deals or do extra things, but Sony pays for all these extra deals and extra exclusivity things themselves and pays to keep games off of Game Pass. How is that not anti-competitiveness, right? It's so funny, and they're going to look so bad. The nature and extent of Sony's content licenses agreements are relevant to the Complaints Act allegations of exclusivity arrangements between video game console developers and video game developers and publishers, according to the judge. Now, Microsoft also had been trying to get details on Sony's deals dating back to 2012, but of course they denied that and said it was excessive. But still, the last 5 years of kind of deals is going to be pretty big to kind of expose that and let us know what's going on. It's incredibly rare for details on such exclusivity deals to actually be made public, but this FTC case court opens up some of the secrecy of the games industry behind closed doors. Now, the last time we saw similar details revealed by a court case was Epic Games versus Apple back in 2021, and that case showed how Microsoft had explored reducing its Xbox store cut to shake up console gaming, how Sony had implemented cross-play platform fees, and that Fortnite was a PS4 cash cow. Now, the FTC case is still at the document discovery stage with an evidentiary hearing scheduled for August 2nd, so we're probably months away from seeing any potential new details. However, Microsoft's Activision deal is likely to be approved by EU regulators. The combination of a 10-year agreement with Nintendo to bring Call of Duty to the Nintendo platforms and a similar deal with Nvidia has reportedly convinced the European Commission to actually approve the acquisition, while Microsoft still faces scrutiny from UK and US regulators, with Britain's Competition and Markets Authority offering possible remedies last month. That includes things that Microsoft said they wasn't really feasible, but now it looks like since they're agreeing to pay a third party to keep them honest with all of this stuff, it looks like we might see that before too long. And that's what I think I'm most excited for. Like, Sony does all this stuff to prevent, Microsoft from being more of a competitor. And I just find it to be incredulous that, people are just like, oh, well, Sony are the good guys in all this. Like, to me, if you're a good guy, you want competition. I think competition breeds competition, right? It's like, I don't know how many of you are, gamers or NFL fans or football fans, but it's like so funny to me that, I love the NFL games, right? Like ESPN 2K. ESPN NFL 2K5 was the epitome of amazing football games and all their sports games, right? So what did they do with their sports games? Well, 2K did something pretty incredible and actually made all their sports games $20 at that time, which was unheard of. Madden had to lower their price to $29.99, so they were still $10 more expensive for a worse game. And what did Madden do after that? They bought the rights to the NFL, so only they could make a game and kind of kill the competition. And so we get basically the same crap every year. I mean, sometimes it's decent. Like, I like the game, I like Madden, but I would love there to be more options out there for other types of games in that football genre as well, but it doesn't look like we'll ever see that, or who knows when we'll see it. I don't know, but this is very interesting, and I would love to hear your all's thoughts and opinions on this. Definitely cool to see, and I think that Microsoft has things going in the right direction for what they're trying to do, and that's exactly what they needed to do. Let's just go. So anyway, with that being said, let me know what you guys think. Rack them up, fact them up, crap gamer them up, and as always, I hope you guys have a great time, and please hit that like button, smack that like button, slap the crap out of it. Let's go. Should be fun. Crap gamer out.